Hello, it's 7 o'clock. It is Thursday, the 27th of December, and we are live right here for another Christmas special of Mental Monday. For those who don't know, Mental Monday is our live Q&A series. We are live right here every Monday, 7 p.m. We're on air between half and 1 hour, talking about any of your mental health questions. We'll take those in the chat when they come up. Whatever you want to ask about mental health, we take those questions. Christmas, as we know, is a difficult time, so we have been live every single day since Christmas Eve, and even twice on Christmas Day. We were live in the morning and in the evening, and we'll be live straight through to New Year's Day. So, I'll introduce myself now. I'm Jake Symons. I'm the owner and team lead here at Stay Swimming. I run the website, I host it, I do the content for it. Mostly everything is done through me. I also am the only one that does these live streams at the moment as well. So thank you for being here. It's once again a pleasure to spend my evening with you guys. If you have any questions you want to ask, feel free to put them in the chat. We will get round to those in due course. So just say hello, let me know you're here. I will just check I am live. Yes, I am live. So we shall begin. So anyone want to start us off with the first question? You're all shy today, aren't you? Yeah. Well, I'll give you a few minutes to warm up and get the questions coming in. And I will just quickly run through what's been kind of going on. Because as you know, if you go onto our YouTube channel, Stay Swimming, you can just click on it. Then you can see all the previous videos. We've talked a lot. We've taken your mental health questions. We've talked a lot about how Christmas is a difficult time. But Christmas is over now. So it's time to think ahead and think into the new year. And the new year is coming very soon, in fact. We'll be live New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. And then we'll revert back to the standard Mental Monday schedule. So every Monday, 7 p.m. However, new year, new start, fresh beginnings. So we have a lot of exciting content to get through today, so I'm just going to hold off from giving that for a few minutes just to get some introductory questions in. But once we've got that, I'm going to start banging out the content to you guys because we've got a lot to get through today. This is a busy day, and it has been a busy day. I've been working for most of the day on a few things, and we have a lot to talk about. Darkness spoilers are going to be revealed later on, so you don't want to miss that. So stay watching. About halfway through this live stream, so in about 15 minutes time, I will be talking a lot more about the darkness and giving exclusive. You will not find this content on my website. It will not be on Stay Swimming's website. The only time you'll hear this content is from what I tell you right here live on this live stream. It will be available on this live stream, the repeat of it if you do watch this on catch up, but it will be only here. You do not want to miss it. It will be coming up in about 15 minutes, as I said. So let's crack on with just talking more about Christmas for those who don't know, because a lot of people here are not going to be here on every single live stream. So if you're new, I will just run through what Stay Swimming is all about for your benefit once I put this tree back on. Okay, so Stay Swimming is a mental health blog. I created it in November, so it is still fairly in its infancy, which explains why there's not that much content on the site, although the content which is on there it's more quality over quantity, but we will be starting to add more kind of smaller things in bulk because they seem to do better, because no one wants to sit down and read an article, but if you see like 100 words, you'll be more willing to read it. So we'll also be working on that. That is a new thing coming in 2019 as well. As I said, a lot to get through. I'll get on with the 2019 plans. I revealed some of them yesterday. If you go and watch yesterday's, so the 26th live stream, I date all the live streams so you can easily see when the date was. If you go on the 26th, you'll be able to see all the content there. It's about halfway through the video, more kind of to the start. So first, middle kind of section, early middle. So what I want to talk about is, first of all, welcome. Stay Swimming is a mental health blog, as I've said, and we try and help you indirectly. So it's not straight, here are some tips, get on with it. It's a more of a roundabout way of helping you by giving you content that's just going to make you feel better reading it, rather than actively trying to help. And then, of course, if you feel better from reading the content, you'll be easier helped because you feel better, and that's going to help you. It's not actively, here are some tips, do them and you'll feel better. It's about providing ways that will help you without actively working towards it. So Stay Swimming is, as I've said before, and is on the homepage now, it's about not getting out of the pool, not leaving your mental health problems, but still staying with them, just carrying on through and keep pushing towards recovery. So that runs down a bit of the blog. If you have any questions, I'll take them now. But we do have a lot to get through today, so I am slightly rushing because there is a lot of great content and those darkness spoilers coming up now, only 10 minutes away. So if you want to watch those, hear about them, then you'll be able to see them. Like I said, they will not be available anywhere else. So, some quick things for 2019, which I didn't mention yesterday. I won't repeat what has been mentioned yesterday. Like I said, watch yesterday's video if you want to see that. But new things will be, there are going to be a lot more Mental Mondays that do not just appear on Monday. This has been a huge success. And obviously, live every single day of the year may be a slight challenge, considering that's 365 videos every year that I'll be producing. But what we can do is we can create more kind of special editions. So maybe do tour week, for instance. I will work out a schedule and then I'll update that into the post, which is due to be published. It's written. It's due to be published later on today. I believe it's 9 o'clock today. That post should be coming out. I know my WordPress post is coming out at that time on my other site, so I assume that I did them both together with the timing. I schedule posts because it's fun. And what we also have is we're going to do a lot more active promoting of the site. Didn't mention this yesterday, guest posting. For those who don't know, guest posting is where you go to other websites such as Mind Young Minds, Mental Health Foundation, Samaritans, to name a few, and you write a content on there and then it gets a link back to our site. So that's just a great way of me sharing my own story and sharing the help and what I've learned from you guys as well, because as I said yesterday, this is a two-way street. We're all in this together. We're all helping each other here. So if I can go and take what the community of Stay Swimming believe are good tips and the help and advice that us at Stay Swimming, and go and advocate that and promote that somewhere else, then that's only going to benefit more people. And that means that we can have a wider reach than just our own contained audience. So I'll be doing a lot more guest posting. I've already applied to a few. I haven't heard anything back yet. I will, of course, be following this up. I will be hustling 24/7, getting that content out there, helping as many people as possible, because at the end of the day, it's just about reaching people. It's about helping them. It's about just being there for people. And we're a website, so we can be there for as many people who can fit on the website at one time, which is quite a large number. It's not infinite, obviously. Our web hosting isn't that big, but we can cater for lots and lots of people. I don't know the exact numbers and I wouldn't even want to guess. So that's also a new change. And we'll also just be throwing in a few more events. This winter, I did a winter free short story event. That was a huge success again. So I think that what we can do is at Stay Swimming, we can do a few more events. And of course, that you guys are going to dictate that. So if you've got any ideas for any events you want, do put them in the chat room right now. I see the chat is looking fairly thin on the ground. I don't know if it's just because we're midweek and not many people are joining us. or what is going on, but the chat is looking fairly thin on the ground. So if you do have any questions, let me know, and I'll be able to answer those straight away, as I usually do for you guys. So what I want to talk about then, as I spoke about Christmas Eve, the Darkness spoilers. And no, the spoilers are not, you're going to have to wait another 5 minutes for the spoilers. They're not coming out straight away. You'll have to wait another 5 minutes. I'm going to keep the suspense as long as I can. So, in other news, away from the darkness and guest posting are two major things. But away from that and the content side, we're going to do a lot more smaller social media posts. So we're going to be doing smaller posts in general, which are going to make it easier to read, easier to write, and just provide more valuable content, because instead of writing a long post where most of it's fluff, we provide you with just A, B, and C, and there we go. That's the tips. But it's not all about tips. And I think that's where the site definitely struggled this year with, is that we just did posts about tips. So the Are You Okay paradox, that's just tips on how to be okay, how to help people be okay. What's keep in mind from searching on mental health is another post like that. I do have a mouse. I have all the posts saved here. We have things such as why the name and just a bit of background explanation. We have about how to keep things normal in a friendship, about how it's starting the conversation, why it's okay to not be okay. We have all sorts of things, and of course my author profile's on there as well, which of course will be updated. And if you want to have your name on as an author profile, you're more than welcome to sign up and have that on there straight away for you. So what I think, if you want to sign up, spacewoman@gmail.com, and I've gone through the kind of terms and conditions yesterday, so I will put them on the website at some point. But basically, all what you need to do is you need to have experience with or helping someone with mental health problems, and you can be any age, because we want to reach as many people as possible. I obviously talk to the younger generation. You might talk to an older generation if you're older than me, which you probably are, as I'm quite young. So if you are, although if you're younger than me, then you're all welcome. Let me know, send an email in, and I will get back to you straight away on that. I preferably need experienced writers. You don't have to have years of experience in a degree, but I need some background in writing, and preferably mental health as well. So, for instance, before I started Stay Swimming, I had my own writer's website where I offer professional writing services, all sorts of things I do. If you want to know more, just symons.com. I'm not here to promote it, but you don't need that level of experience, but you do need some. So if you want to sign up, stayswimming@gmail.com. And so the time has come. The darkness. So what do we already know? Well, from what I've already told you, the darkness hype has been building for a while. It's about children. Getting so excited, I can't speak here. It's about two children, Zach and Lily, suffering from mental health problems. We know they go on a journey. We know they meet eccentric characters. But now, the time has come. This is the only spoiler that is going to be here. This is the one and only. This is the spoiler of all spoilers for it. I've given many kind of hints and teasers before. This is it. This is the big one. And this is all I am going to say about it before New Year's Day. So at midnight, you can read it straight away. Obviously, you'll only get the first chapter. So there will still be a bit of mystery there. So you won't know everything from the first chapter, because the first chapter is fairly short. It's only about 5,000 words. It's coming up to 500. I'm working on that, but it's very short. So, what do you guys want to know? Put in the chat. I want to hear. I want to hear what you guys are saying. What do you think What do you think I'm going to say? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Wow. So, just like to talk through the first chapter. First of all, I'll summarize the book. So, Zach and Lee, they both suffer from mental health problems. Let's break it down a bit further. Okay, so their parents are fine. They have a loving family background. Everything in their lives is so-called perfect, so you wouldn't expect them to have a mental health problem, because that's what I wanted to aim for. Because we often expect, as statistics prove, that difficult family living situations, children in care, for instance, have more likely to have mental health problems. But there is absolutely nothing to suggest that they would have mental health problems at all. It's perfect. They have a nice house, middle class family, just everything's in place. But they still suffer, and it's because of the fact that they are just well looked after. That the reason why they slip further into mental health is because they haven't got the help, because it's just dismissed as a phase. The parents think nothing of it because they don't see a reason for it. And obviously, there's more help given to them. Organisations step in and try and help them. I've changed all the names, so they're all fictional organisations, and although they may work in the same way as real life ones, I have completely fictionalised their workings and interior kind of style of those. Just to clarify that there. So, what they have is they have a situation where Zach and Lily, they both suffer from anxiety and depression, because they're two very common problems and are often subsets of other things. So they both self-harm. Please note that it is mentioned in the book. So self-harm is mentioned, along with suicide. They are both mentioned, but there is no graphic detail about the instance. So there is nothing there apart from the mental thoughts they have. It's a shame that I couldn't include more of the thoughts and the violent nature of them, but at the end of the day, we've got to keep it PG. It's not an X-rated book by any means. It's got to be kept PG. So I've had to nullify it slightly, and I was really disappointed to do that, because I don't believe you should do that. I don't believe you should nullify it, because you shouldn't dumb down what's going on. At the end of the day, they are serious issues, and you should give them the seriousness which they need. But due to Wattpad's community guidelines, I have been unable to do that, because obviously their server is open for anyone that is above 13 years of age, which therefore means that I have to keep it at that age range, even though the book is aimed at more mature people. The children, Zach is 16 and Lily is 14. It's the age range. So we've got a kind of young and old, but they're both old enough to have the self-awareness needed. They're not like totally young, but there are obviously flashbacks where it does go to their younger years as well, and there's a lot of stuff. So it's not set in the present. My other book, Going Underground, which hasn't been written yet, that's also about two children which go into some underground city, and it's a whole different world. I think that world building, it requires a kind of placement, especially when you're writing about mental health, because your characters, they're very deep, but you need to ground them to actually show you guys how much it is, because if I didn't provide them that grounding, you don't understand them as much and you can't connect. So there is a lot of flitting back to the past and their future dreams as well. So the characters both have past, present, and future, and it's all together. So they are very complex, and that has been a challenge writing, and it's been a fun one to take on. So that's also happening. And the first chapter is they're getting ready for an appointment with the mental health doctor. They both go. It's a family therapy session. It's not an individual one. They have both, and they're getting ready to go. And it starts with just Zach, and then it kind of fades out and goes to like his mum and his sister, and then it zooms in on Zach, and then the meeting doesn't go to plan. And if you want to know why, you're going to have to read the book. Unfortunately, I have said a lot there about it. So I will just continue giving the basic chapter outline for the rest of the book without giving too much away. But from now on, if you want any more spoilers, you'll have to wait and read the book. So it's on Wattpad, as I say. I can't link to it yet because I could publish a placeholder page and link to it. So I might do that later on if I can work out how to do that. So I could do a placeholder page, The Darkness Coming Soon, link to that, and then I could do that. So I might do that. And then quickly going over the rest of the book. So then it goes on to, well, Zach wasn't very happy at the meeting because it didn't go to plan. So he ran away. And then it's just following the children as they slowly deteriorate, and then things happen to them. Mental health units, for instance, are involved. What is the equivalent to the crisis team? Of the fictional equivalent, should I say? And there's a lot of. It doesn't just focus on children; it focuses on the parents, focuses on other people. The chapters are written from different perspectives as well. So it's not all just from the children's point of view, although that is the main focus of the book. There are chapters from parents' perspective and then from other people's perspectives as well. And obviously, when they start going to the mental health unit, or when Zach goes first, Lily goes to a different one because it's not advised to put them in the same place. They start meeting the eccentric characters, and then when they come out, because they're only in there for a short period of time to start with, and then it gets longer. So what then happens is they start meeting the eccentric characters, and as I spoke about yesterday, not all the eccentric characters have mental health problems. They're just friends of people who do have one, and they're friends because they're a bit mental themselves, but they don't have a problem. That's just who they are, and it's just about blurring the boundary between mental health and non-mental health. So there is a lot of included. It's well thought out. I've been planning this book for, I would say, since 2016 is when I first wrote the first page of this book, and then I've been outlining it, and it's been sitting on my desk in a folder, along with my other book, which I'll get around to after this one. And then I've got a Young Writer's Guide coming out as well. So I've got a lot more books in the pipeline, actually. That's going to take me a couple of years to get through. So that is it. That is The Darkness, so whistle stop tour through it. I hope you've enjoyed that. That's only a small preview of what's to come. There is a lot more involved than what I've said. Obviously, if you want to see more, you can go and look that up yourself when you read the full book in full, which of course the link will be published. So I know I spoke a lot then, and I realised that it has been quite lengthy. So, does anyone have any further questions? Either about the darkness, although I can't guarantee the answers, or about mental health in general? No, no one has any more questions? Wow. You guys are quiet today. So, no more questions about mental health then. Well, may I just conclude then with a small thought, my thought of the day, and my message for the day then really is it's going to be a non-related one to Christmas because I did a Christmas message on Christmas, so there's not going to be one. It's not about Christmas, and I think I'm going to start doing this as a proper thing. So a message of a day, so like a thought of the day, for instance, and I think maybe that could be done as a YouTube video and a social media post. So there would be content coming out every single day in that case, which would be a lot of content for you guys, wouldn't it? Aren't you lucky? So my thought for today then is this is unscripted because I didn't realise I'd turn this into a thing. I've only decided to actually make this a thing in the last 2 minutes. So my thought for today then is it coincides with the mental health post being published. We'll start in the conversation. It's not been published yet. It will be published tomorrow or later on today. And it's about how. So, my thought then is by putting an emphasis on mental health, we are making more awareness of it, which is a good thing, but we're growing it into a big thing, which exacerbates the problem. So, for instance, the post that I've written is called Starting the Conversation. In the title, the conversation makes it sound like a big thing. And I think mental health shouldn't be a big thing because it should just be accepted as something which is part of everyday life and then treated with the same regard as things with everyday life because we all have problems in everyday life and we deal with those problems very quickly and we're accepting of those problems in everyday life. Traffic, for instance, is a massive one. I mean, everyone screams and swears at it, but everyone just accepts it and gets on with it. So, mental health, although what we're doing is raising more awareness of it, it should just be something which, oh, you've got a mental health problem? Okay, then let's see what we can do to fix it. It should just be something like that. And true, it will take more time, and true, it will be a big thing and it affects so many other things. But people with mental health just want a bit of normality sometimes. They just want to feel like they don't have a mental health problem. They just want to be taken away from it. So sometimes just keeping things normal is important. Is just to make sure that you sometimes just take your foot off the gas when you're going in to help people with mental health and just allowing them to do so at their own time because people don't want to work for it every day. Sometimes people want to take a day off and it's fine to take a rest. Mental health is exhausting, so we're allowed to take a rest. So when mental health has the awareness raised, hopefully it will just become a smaller thing again. Hopefully we won't need to have conversations to try and stamp out the stigma because there shouldn't be any there. So once that's done and that's achieved, if ever possible, then it should slowly decrease. And that would be a good thing. But as long as the stigma isn't there and it's not decreasing because people don't want to talk about it, it's decreasing because it's become an everyday thing and people can just deal with it and help each other and fix the problems without needing these massive campaigns to stamp out stigma. And that concludes my thought of the day. I made that up. just now. So I am going to make this a thing, but it won't be a thing until a while because I need to make sure I have enough thoughts of the days to actually run. Although I kind of like when I have Dib and just go completely off script. Not that there was even a script. So I forced myself to go off scripts because there isn't one to begin with. So once again, is there any further questions anyone has? Anyone? I will sign off if there's no further questions then, because we have got through a lot of content today and we have reached our half hour. Very well. So, once again, I appreciate you guys being here. It's been a pleasure to spend my evening with you. I'm Jake Symons from Stay Swimming, and hopefully you had a wonderful Christmas and wishing you a very happy new year. If you want to know more about me, visit jakesymons.com, or to know more about the mental health blog, visit stayswim.com, stayswim.wordpress.com. That's all from me. Thank you very much for coming. It's always good to see everyone out here asking questions and here in the community. And it's just great to be here with you guys and facilitate and share, because I get help as well from you guys, because you point out things that I don't know and I kind of guide you and help as well. So thank you very much for coming. It's been a pleasure once again to spend my evening with you. Thank you very much. I've been Jake Symons, and from Stay Swimming, have a happy new year. Goodbye.